Hey guys, this is your boy Markcoos and welcome back to the Markcoos Mafia episode number 37. And as you can see, we're going straight into the game. Mr. El Diablo, Markcoos against who? But anyway, it doesn't really matter because in this episode we buy two players and we get rid of an absolute legend. And you probably already know who the legend is by the time 20 seconds into the video. But as you can see, first match guy, better team than me, 816 team strength. And he's got Martins, Eto, Giovanni dos Santos, Biabiani, Guarin, Quando Asamoah, and he's got Safic and Vandermerch on the bench. My mortal enemy, Mr. Vandermerch. It's also got Montpellier and Falcao on the bench. I'm really surprised he wasn't playing them, but I kicked off and I think I had to play Steven Fletcher up front because Huntler wasn't really happy. But as you can see, he just kept pinging it through to Martins and to Eto. But here has some indecision, and Churchy makes a really good save. I finally know that Churchy is Churchy and Cersei, who's Cerci is Cersei. But as you see, Steven Fletcher here gets a shot away, and like I still love Steven Fletcher. He's still a great player, but his shots just aren't as powerful to beat the better goalkeeper. I mean, look at that. That's such a poor finish. And then 21 minutes, Perotti has a great shot. Another good save by Mandanda. It gets headed off the line out to Housawi, heads it back to Steven Fletcher, and he can't get to it. But as you can see, Perotti again. Perotti is such a good player. If you don't have him, get him. He's so good. He's not fast. He's not like, if you just ping it through, there's no point having him. But if you enjoy like playing good football, he's a great player. But here, Joe Cole gets the ball on the edge of the box and takes a shot, and he hits the post, and they clear. Like, I've really put them under the cosh on all this pressure. About half time, it's 0-0. As you see, he's had 0 shots. I've had 9 for 3. And as you can see, I take Steven Fletcher off for Ivanovic because Ivanovic is pretty beast. And in the 47th minute, look at this for poor touch. Look at this. Poor touch. Ivanovic in. And like I was saying, Ivanovic is a beast, but the amount of times that he gets shots away, and like you didn't think they would be going in, but they actually do. But here I get the ball off Housawi after a really poor throw in. I pass it back to Perotti. Perotti gets a shot away and it hits the post again. So Perotti has hit the post and he's tested the keeper twice, which is pretty good. But as you can see here, he eventually gives the ball straight to me, who I am, Joe Cole. Mandanda makes a great save, a little bit indecision between the defenders. Ivanovic goes in, diving header, and 2-0. So in the 76th minute here, he gets the ball eventually through to Martins, and Martins takes a shot, hits the outside of the post and out for a corner kick, which doesn't really come to anything. And in this 80th minute, Cersei on the ball, he's just coming inside, he just hits it to Ivanovic. Ivanovic just takes 2 touches and then bam, into the back of the net. And like, that was more or less it, but then this is absolutely hilarious. Okay, he pings it through, and Churchy comes out and is like, this is my ball. So he gets it, and I'm like, yes, okay. And then I asked him just to throw it. He decides to throw it long, and Housawi being so indecisive, Martins gets the ball, he takes a shot, and he misses an open goal. How can you miss an open goal? But anyway, final score 3-0. Of course, 18 shots, 10 on target, had 3 shots, 0 on target. How poor was he? 55% possession. Love the possession stats. And Rasmus Elm was actually man of the match. He was an absolute beast in the middle. But as you can see, here's my favourites list. I've got Michu. Why do I have Michu? Because he'll probably get really improved. I've got Cantari, Soldado, Destro, Bajrami, Ben Arthur, Ramsey, Zraushko, Bonachenlo, Kim Pajip, Zaccardo, Lazari, Welbeck, Juninho, the former Lyon player, Diego Milito, who's pretty good, but I may or may not buy him, Elano, Cadillac, Dempsey, Fernandinho. I mean, look at that, I've got 10 million to spend, so I'm looking at players, maybe a player to buy. Osvaldo, he's pretty good. I was thinking about buying him because he's actually got a lot of pace, but he's got like no accuracy in his shots. Like, his shot actually is pretty poor. But then I've got Antonelli, Albrighton, Bruno Cesar, come on, and Django, but I'm going to call him Django because why not? I mean, the N can be silenced, so Django. Merji Yamuri, Alex, Hasebe, Angel. I stayed on for quite a while because I was checking them out because, of course, not Gokhan Indler, the other Gokhan, whatever his name is running out of contract. So I needed a player who could play centre back, left back, right back, and all that sort of jazz. So he was basically on my list. Warnock, Stephen Larson, Seb Larson, Kosu, Drame, Morel, Dennis, who plays for Atlanta. He's pretty beast. And like, I actually buy a player eventually, but Makukulina, whatever the hell he is, Berbatov, who plays for Fulham, former Man United player, Crondelli, Mane, who's a pretty good left back, and Andrea, I don't even know how to even say that, Andrioli, Danic, that's how you say it. Jonathan de Guzman, who plays for Swansea. I was thinking about maybe Jonathan de Guzman, he'd be a pretty beast as well. And Negredo, who's going to probably move to Spurs, Chelsea, or Arsenal in maybe in the next couple of weeks. Galopa, Whitaker, Mvia Capau, Esticaribia, Zaluska, Elias, Wesley, Sorensen, Fletcher, Barreto, Vorm, Astori, Ochoa, and it's coming to the guy I actually end up buying it in. Zemaili is it who I actually end up buying. Jagielka, and come on, keep going. Rami, Badelj is another pretty good player. Like majority of people don't actually know about. Saihi, Ranocchia, Samau, Gabi, like all these players, I will eventually buy them. Probably. Mathieu, who plays for Valencia, Mavumba, Cruz, Royce, I really want, but I don't have enough money to buy Royce. Zhirtsky, Agar, Marco Marin, and Nine Golan. And Nine Golan, I was like, he's pretty good, but basically I went to my squad, and there he is, Seiyan Gokan. I ended up actually releasing him to get an extra 1.7 million for me to go out and buy Gemaili. And Gemaili is an absolute beast. He's just so good at passing the ball. Like, his stats, like, basically say that he's a good player. Like, really, I mean, like, if you look at his overall, it's like his technique, C, speed, C, physical, C, resistance, C, he can only play defensive midfield, centre midfield, and attacking midfield, and he's right-footed, but he's not really particularly tall. He's 179 centimetres, but for 7 million, I mean, I can't go wrong. So I've got 4 million left, and I don't actually end up buying anyone. I end up buying another player later on in the episode just for squad depth, but as you can see, the next guy faces Montpellier, his name is Colt Haman. He's got an 829 as his squad. He's got Kudachini, Benashi, Yanga Mbia, Catherine Reveillere, Philip Melo, Hazard, Gaitan, Belhanda, Cavani, and Dembaba. And he ends up actually putting Kyle Walker at centre back, like just to pace, basically. Like, it was really annoying. I think he was a little bit of a sweaty person. I mean, look at that. That's a little bit not sweaty. I mean, that's a good pass. He ends up scoring with Goots, but I end up just absolutely sweating it. Like, look at this guy, Joe Cole, throw and goal. Like, right, 24 minutes, I sweat it. I don't know why I sweated it, but I sweated it. And then he ends up actually trying to get away again. Darren Bent ends up hitting the post, and that's fair enough. And in the last minutes of the match, he ends up actually getting a shot away with, I think it's Cavani. Great save from Church, and Tokunaga clears it. And at half time, it's 1-1, but this game was absolutely frantic. When you look at that, 3 shots, 2 on target. Like, the half went by so quickly, but as you can see, he just kept sort of pinging it through to Cavani. And like, this one is absolutely hilarious because he's thinking, oh, I'm going to cut it back. Doesn't cut it back, and Churchy makes a great save. But then into the 78th minute here, get the ball to Tokunaga, and I'm like, he's wanted to pause the game. I'm just like, no, I'm Tokunaga, and Tokunaga for the win. And I end up actually hitting it. Look at this, okay? Look at that for a glitch. Oh, crap, that was £1 coin fell off my wallet. But yeah, it was a glitch. The goalie got actually caught in the post, which I think is quite funny. But here, Gemaili uses a great little bit of control. I mean, look at that for a little bit of control. Round one player, round another one, gets a shot away. His shot is quite difficult to actually like use, but here Donati was on the ball. Okay, this is coming to the last minutes in the match. Plays a great ball through to Stuart Downing, the forgotten man, Stuart Downing. I actually end up skinning his right back, crossing it in to Tokunaga of all people, who ends up hitting the post of his header, and I end up actually getting an own goal. Ends up hitting the post of his header. His shot was going completely wayward, but it doesn't matter because we win the game, and that's all that really cares. So in the last minute, we basically had a shot with Huntelaar, which went wide. And as you can see, I had 9 shots on target. I mean, did I deserve to win? Maybe not, but Huntelaar man of the match, fine and dandy for me. And I think, I buy 3 players. What am I saying? I buy Django because I wanted some pace, really. And not a lot of pace, but like he's not like 90 pace like horror guy. I just basically want some more pace up front. So I actually ended up playing Django in the next match against this guy who's Raugarpur 84, and he has actually a worse team than me, but his rating is 516. So I was like, how's that? Because he's got Van der Merch, Doumbia, Negli, Esco, Giaccherini. Like, he's just got pace. He's just got so much pace. But like, he actually deserves to win this match. Like, he wins this match. Okay, I'm gonna say it now. But he actually, like, the highlights may not give him justice, but he absolutely played me off the park. But I mean, look at here. Okay, I'm getting the ball off Django. Eventually, get the ball out to Cersei on the right hand side. Comes inside his left. I'm not gonna cut it back. I'm just gonna shoot. Great shot from Cersei and a great goal. But then, as you can see here, he's on the ball, and I'm like, alright, I think it's with Isco. He ends up skinning me like really badly before eventually passing it through to Borja Valero, and Frezzolini was in goal because of him being on such poor form. What's his name? Churchy. So as you can see here, from a corner kick, and Django actually gets it. He actually passes it straight to Huntelaar, but because I've already slide tackle with Django, it gives a foul, and I was like, no. But no, he doesn't. This guy doesn't beat me. What am I saying? Yeah, as you can see, he scores in the 41st minute with Isco, and I go down 2-1. But as you see, he had 5 shots to near on target. He had 82. I had 82% pass completion, and like this game, like I was saying, he outplayed me so much. But here's a great shot from Rasmus Elm, great save from his goalkeeper. And they literally come up to the fifth. This is 57th minute of the match. I think this is when he does a great little bit of passing play. I mean, look at that for a pass to Julio Baptista. Pass first time back to Isco. Isco hits it straight into the face of Angola. But as you can see, I take off Django because he's really not doing anything for me. I end up pushing everyone a bit more forward, and I bring Steven Fletcher on. And what does Steven Fletcher do? He doesn't score for me. Doesn't score, but he actually sets it up, which is, to be fair, is pretty effective. But as you can see, he ends up heading it. No, it doesn't set up at all. He ends up heading it back to his goalkeeper, takes a great shot, and then Huntelaar just gets it eventually from a header from, I think it's Perotti, and pops in back in the net. But as you can see, Frezzolini making some vital saves to keep me in the match. I mean, look at this for a great double save over like a couple minutes. But as you can see, final score 2-2. So not bad. But as you can see, he had 12 shots, 5 on target. Did he deserve to win? I think he did, and I actually give him fair play. I don't show it, but he's the only player out of this whole episode I actually give fair play to. Isco was man of the match. I was like, fair enough. But as you see, my rating is 467, which pretty good. And the guy's rating in my next team was 430, and his team strength was 798. And as you can see, his name is Gora666, and he's got Van der Merch, Cavani, Perisic, Carlos Martins, Belhanda, Yaya Toure, Perisic, De Jong. Like, he's playing 3 at the back of Yanga and Bia, Mamadou Sakho, and Onua, or however the hell you say it, Onua. That's how I'm going to say it. But as you can see, he did a lot of pinging. But here, he's on the ball with Petr Benov, ends up passing it back to Cavani, and I end up hacking him because I'm like, well, he's going to score anyway, so what's the problem? But here, I was going to go left of my goalkeeper. For some reason, he goes right. Well, he goes to his left when he should go to his right. But in the 22nd minute, and Django shows how poor at finishing he is, he should be popping that away, but he doesn't pop it away, and he's maybe not a good buy at all. But as you can see, again, he passes it through to Cavani, and I'm just like, god damn it, Cavani is just too OP. Well, he's not too OP, he's like a really good player for certain types. Like, I think he'd be really good at my team, so maybe Cavani might be my next buy. But as you see, he's had 5 shots, 2 on target. We've both had 5 shots, 2 on target. I've dominated in possession, but the funny thing is, look at his passing completion. It's like 50%. It's absolutely ridiculous. But he scores again with Petr Benov there, as you just saw. And Django again, like, he shows he's pretty good. I mean, he's not the best, but he ends up getting a sweaty cross. Fletcher nearly scores, and Joko eventually scores. But you'll see that I'm playing Steven Fletcher, and this is his last match for the Markcoos Mafia. But as you see, Zemaili hits the post from a free kick. So unfortunate. But yes, this is Steven Fletcher's last match for the Markcoos Mafia. And what I really just want to say is congratulations, and there's a small montage coming up of Steven Fletcher and being a beast. But as you see, I had 12 shots, 7 on target by the end of the match, but he ends up beating me 3-1. I was like, oh well, fair enough, and the Cavani gets man of the match. But as you see, players met, Gora666. I was like, alright, I'll check where he's from. Where is he from? He's from bloody Spain. Spanish people just they're so OP, but not OP, but they're just so cheating little jammy little pricks. But as you see, Steven Fletcher, goodbye. And he's gone. So Steven Fletcher has left, and there's Kieran Clark. I'm buying Kieran Clark for added security at the back of my team, because I actually don't have a replacement left or right back, so that's a bit unfortunate. But into the next match, we face Guy, and his team is slightly worse than mine. Slightly worse than mine. But he's got Sissoko, El Shirari, El Afellay. I mean, like, he's got Jimmy Briand up front. He doesn't actually have, there's no Van der Merch, which I was actually really happy to see. But as you see, I kick off, and I'm just like, fair enough. But this goal is the goal of the episode. This is goal of the week. This is like goal of the month. This is goal ever. I mean, look at that first shot. Look at that first shot from Zemaili. That was just beast. And the guy actually watched it. I was like, holy crap. If he's watching it, he's either a really nice person, really fortunate, and he's a great player. I give him fair play just for that. But yeah, I mean, he watched it. I mean, look at this first shot from Zemaili. He's like 40 yards out. I see that's about maybe 40, 35 yards out. Look at that first strike, right into the top corner, past Dida, and Dida is a pretty good goalkeeper in this game, especially. In real life, not so much, but in the game, he's an absolute beast. But as you see, I scored there. A little bit of skill by Perotti. I end up actually getting a shot at the end of this, which is pretty beast. I mean, you always keep telling me to do a little bit more skill, so I actually did a lot more skill in this episode, but majority of it didn't actually come off. But as you see, Cersei gets a shot away, and like after a great little bit of skill from Perotti. But here, Perotti on the ball, he's just doing his little bit of dancing rounded defenders, and he's like skinned too. Passes it to I think it's Ivanovic, who passes it eventually through to Cersei. He takes a touch inside, and look at that before finish into the bottom corner from Cersei. And here, funniest thing in the game, okay, I passed Angola, and look at this, okay, look at that for a run, look at that. Oh, and he ends up actually hitting the post. Absolute beast. If he scored that, I'd just been like, oh my god, best player ever. But here's some little bit of scripting, FIFA scripting, lol. As you can see, he actually ends up not scoring. Oh yeah, he ends up getting a shot away, ends up scoring a rebound, and I was like, scripting, 45th minute goal. But I'm only joking, Jesus Christ. But as you can see, I winning 2-1 at halftime. I've had 8 shots, 3 on target. I mean, I maybe deserve to be winning. Pass completion for him is 55%. I don't remember him pinging it through that often. I think I was just dominating the game. But as you see, Joe Cole on the ball here. Joe Cole is he's been such a good buy, and Cersei especially. Look at this for a finish. Look at that. That's just Thierry in his form. Shut up, I don't know what I'm talking about. But as you see, I get another shot with Zemaili, and into the 83rd minute of the match. Okay, he actually runs forward here. I think it's with Montpellier. I just can't stop him for some ridiculous reason. Everyone just keeps backing off him. He ends up actually getting it from the corner kick after Church. He makes a great save. He actually ends up scoring. I think it's with Montpellier. I'm not 100% sure. But I still win the match 3-2. 13 shots, 5 on target, 77 pass completion. That's a big thing considering his was 54, which is absolutely shocking. It went down by 1 after half time. And now Cersei gets man of the match, but Zemaili was a close. He's number two in my opinion. But as you see, it's the end of the episode now, and I'm just renewing some contracts. So if you have enjoyed this episode of Markkoos Mafia, or the Markkoos Mafia, subscribe to my channel for more. Check out the other videos if you haven't already, and